Hey Pisces, it's Suzanne with Sunny Force Tarot here to do your August 17th through 24th reading. All right. So we're going to take a look at what or how the two of you are communicating right now. This is the shared energy between the two of you. Okay. All right, I'm using a variety of my decks this week. You know, how you combine them gives you different messages, which I like, and I designed them to be like that. All right, so the top row is going to represent your person, and the bottom row is going to represent you. Okay. My new deck is in process right now, and it's a deck that I felt was really, really necessary. It's called The Raw Ego Speaks. So that deck will look exactly like this one, except it'll be purple. And then I also did a second Life Stories deck, which I love too. It's a little bit different, definitely different than the first one that I did. So that means I've completed my entire series. So, for those of you that have been asking about how to purchase them, I feel like that's going to come sooner, but I probably will do it on kind of a smaller scale. So, you know, I don't have time to manage that all day, every day. So, all right. So here we go. This is the energy that the two of you share. So let's start with this card here, Queen of Pentacles. So one or both of you have felt, you know, that this, first of all, is a very truthful connection. You know, it's very authentic. You both in some way have felt nurtured from the other person. But Queen of Pentacles, you could be dealing with an earth sign, primarily a Capricorn. Yeah. So let's see what this person has here. All right, they have a message from the future. It says, I will look at this new opportunity in a positive light. So this person definitely feels like they are going to have a new opportunity with you. For some reason. What do you have here? Also in the future, it says coming together with combined lessons learned. Beautiful. This feels very much like the two of you are on the same page. Okay? This person, again, will look at this new opportunity in a positive light. So they feel like they have a new opportunity, and they feel it's authentic, okay? It's coming from a truthful place. And for you, coming together with combined lessons learned. So it feels like the two of you may have been together in the past at one point and maybe separated. And now both of you are looking towards the future with each other, okay? And you're coming together as very different people. So there could have been a significant period of time in between when you were together in the past and now. What do we have here? Look at this. Star. Card of Aquarius. You might be dealing with an Aquarius. But what this is saying is that I feel like from your side, what you have learned, one thing that you have learned is that it really doesn't make sense to do anything but follow your heart. So, you might as well do that, because that will put you on, that clear and narrow path to where you want to go, instead of taking all of these detours. You might be tired of the detours that you've been on, especially with this person. The star for this person, again, I feel like they see a very good opportunity with you that's authentic and true to them, their heart's desire. That's what this is about for both of you. This is very authentic energy. I love seeing that, because I know, that it really puts you on the quickest path to getting what you want, what your heart's desire is. Both of you are focused authentically on what it is that your heart truly wants, and that's beautiful. What does this person have here? Understanding. So I feel like this person has gained some understanding, and maybe you have as well. Okay? They've gained some understanding from possibly what might have gone wrong in the past, and now they're looking at things very differently. They're looking at things very, very differently. Remember, what comes before the star is the Tower. So that's big, unexpected change. And this big, unexpected change that maybe both of you have gone through in different ways has enlightened you. Enlightened you that, there weren't really any mistakes in the past. They were lessons. What can you learn from the past? For this person might have looked at things in a negative way in the past, and they realize that, they see this as an opportunity to move towards a more positive type of situation with you. What do you have down here? All right. Cowardly act, fear, karmic returns. So this is a little bit of a deviation here. Spirit is saying that, this might have been something that you have done in the past, okay? Cowardly act simply means that you didn't follow your heart's desire, okay? You were in fear versus love. And karmic returns are, what happens when you do that. This is what happens when you're not authentic to what your heart truly wants, and needs, for that matter. It's like this is a reminder of possibly what went wrong in the past. For some reason, you need to hear that in this situation, okay, so as to not repeat it. What do we have here? 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like the two of you have learned these lessons on your own, okay? You've learned these lessons on your own. 9 of Pentacles says single, okay? Single but stable and happy energy. It's like it's not about needing the other person. It's about, enjoying how the other person enhances your own life, enhances you as an individual. That's what 9 of Pentacles is about. It also, again, is a single card. So it's like if you go down this path again, all right, and not act in a very authentic way that puts you on the path towards your heart's desire, you're going to repeat the lessons that you've learned in the past, okay? So remember, this is a good focus here. This is reminding you what could be again if, You go down the same road in the same way. All right, so what do we have up here for this person? We've got sarcastic, passive-aggressive, caustic, mask. So, you know, I feel like this is how this person might have come across to you when they were angry or fearful. You know, they might have been passive-aggressive in some type of way, but it was really a mask that they wore because this is that fear. So I feel like this card for you, this card for them says, you know, this is where your shadow side comes out. Okay? For you, it might not be, you know, being authentic and true to your heart. For this person might protect, you know, their independence by acting this way. You know, they might be very sarcastic, but remember, sarcasm is really just a veil of the truth. Or it can be a nasty way to tell the truth to somebody because it's not straightforward. But if you think about it, all sarcasm has a hint of truth in it, if not the complete truth. So it's like this person wants to be truthful, but in this passive-aggressive manner. So it's like they're always wearing a mask, or they always were wearing a mask. You know, they might go in and out of this positive energy to back to this. You know, this could happen very easily, or they could slip back into this. What do you have? Look at this, kindness, good-natured, gracious, and giving. Almost the opposite of this. This is authentic behavior. You know, this is, I feel like, how you are on your own and in relationship. But fear definitely gets the better of you sometimes, especially when you're dealing with somebody that you consider your heart's desire, somebody that you have authentic, true feelings for. And, you know, you feel like you've learned these lessons, but be careful because I feel like this can slip back in. And for them, if you know them like this might be how they are around other people. You know, this person might like to argue just for the sake of it, just to win an argument. Okay, that might bother you. All right, what do we have here? Ace of Wands. All right, so moving towards a passionate new beginning here, you know, and you can see that over here. But it's like, what is this passion based in? Because I feel like you're both single right now. This passion could be this passive-aggressive, sarcastic energy from this person, or it can come from kindness. It's like, whose energy is stronger here? Because I feel like it will determine how this relationship or connection moves forward. You know, I feel like this person has learned lessons about being like this, but I don't feel like they're completely there yet. I feel like this still comes out from time to time. What do we have from this person? There's a discussion around commitment coming. Okay. So, who in this connection in the past wanted commitment? Was it you or was it this person? They might feel a discussion coming around commitment from you, or they might feel that they need to have a discussion around commitment. This person might have been very sarcastic about this topic in the past. Okay, that might have been what ended this. What do we have for you? A flirtatious interaction makes a strong impression. So a flirtatious interaction, Ace of Wands, you know, you guys might bump into each other. You might see each other at a common place that the two of you go. And there might be some flirting going on here. And I feel like whether you're receiving it or giving it, it makes a very, very strong impression. This feels, I will tell you, this feels very premature to me in this particular reading. So, you know, if you two had problems around commitment, maybe somebody wanted marriage and long term and somebody wasn't ready for it, you know, I would be very careful about bringing that up again right away. It feels like you have to be in this, you know, this passionate energy. The two of you have to be able to feel free to move about the way you want to move about. You know, there may not be, this may not be possible. You know, and if you truly want commitment on a deeper level, in a traditional way, possibly marriage, if that stood in your way in the past, it you know, I feel like this person is trying to look at it differently, but I don't know that they're quite ready yet. You might feel like you can back off of commitment a little bit with coming together with combined lessons learned. You know, you might want to check what lessons this person has learned before you, you know, before you have this conversation about commitment again. If it's not something that you truly want and the other person does, you really have to look at it. And sometimes if you're the person that really wanted the commitment, taking a step back and allowing yourself to enjoy the moment. Because a lot of times talking about commitment is counterproductive, because commitment is an act. It's something that you do, you know, and if you're with somebody every day and enjoying being with that person, and they're with you enjoying being with you, you are acting committed in a way. It's like, instead of talking about it, be it. If that makes sense. That's how you would get, I feel like, this person on board. Being what you want. Being the desired outcome that you want by doing it versus talking about it. There are certain things in relationships especially where I feel almost like talking about certain things is counterproductive versus just being them. Being what you want versus talking about what you want is much more impactful. Just saying. All right. A message from your person. All right, so we have confusing love with need for validation. All right, so this is your person speaking to you. So this person, one of the lessons they might have learned, some of the understanding that they might have gained, is that they might have been confusing love with the need for validation. You know, you might have been very validating to this person. In other words, validating them as to who they are as a person. You know, sharing with them what you like about them, what their strengths are, what you love about them, what you're attracted to about them. That's all, you know, that's validating to this person. and as relationships move along, sometimes that validation becomes less. And, this is a big concept in my readings because I feel it's absolutely true. Um, People sometimes are in relationships to be validated versus loving. And again, it's about doing the act of love versus talking about it. Are you loving towards this person? Do you do nice things for this person, or did you do nice things for this person? Did you not judge this person when they might have had a bad day? Or did you judge it? Or did you give unsolicited advice? I feel like whenever somebody is in a high need for validation, it means they're also in a high need for developing self-love for themselves. So that's why, I don't judge, in the general readings or in the personal readings, because that's a big deal. And that's why a lot of, especially younger adults, will go from relationship to relationship, because when the validation starts tapering off, and they've gotten everything they can to help build their own self-love, they move on to the next person. And then that person validates a lot of their great qualities. And, that happens a lot in the beginning of the relationship. And that's okay. I feel like that's supposed to happen, especially, for younger people. And that's why when somebody a little bit older has a connection with somebody who's younger, that's the one thing that the older person has to look out for. Are you simply validating that person to help them build their own self-love? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. If you have an equal give and take, it's less likely that it's a validation type of circumstance. Okay, if this person really asks a lot of questions and really seems to want to know you and really, goes to the depths in conversation to know you versus just tell you the great things about yourself. Think about it. What else do we have here? The sun. Well, this person is telling you that they loved being validated by you. And the thing is, when you reconnect with somebody, you can't recapture a validation phase. You can recapture love, but you will not recapture a validation phase, because people come into our lives for a season or a reason. And if it's a season, it's probably about validation, building your own self-love. That's what those relationships are for. Okay? So, this person was very happy with that piece of the connection or the relationship or the validation that you were giving them. Made them very, very happy. They miss it. Sometimes when people feel like they're missing love from a person, it's really them just missing the validation that you were giving them, and vice versa. There's a big contrast, a big difference between, unconditional love, which is doing things that show, your deep feelings and love for people, versus just saying things. People who love will keep their word. people seeking validation, again, doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that they're developing their own self-love for themselves. So, when true love actually comes along, they recognize it. That's why, a lot of these connections that you guys experience out there, why they feel so different is because it's not based in validation. It's based in love. And that's rare and unique. And that's why they feel so special. Okay? And this feels very loving. Okay? This, again, wearing a mask, this is where, that validation needs to happen. Because when someone is in this energy, they need, sarcasm, passive aggressive, caustic behavior. That comes from self-loathing. So be careful, going back to this, be careful around a discussion around a commitment. Because if this was about helping this person build their self-love through validation, they're not going to be any more interested in commitment than they were before. Okay? Because it's not meant to be that. It came into your lives for a season. But for some of you, for sure, this can be about rekindling, authentic love as well. Okay? But it's up to you to figure out the difference. Okay? All right, Pisces, that is what I have for you. If you are looking for a personal reading, you can certainly reach out. I have a special going on for 15-minute readings this week. So if you would like to take advantage of that, feel free. If not, no problem. I will talk to you next time. All right, have a great week. Bye.